Dear Lucky Udu, this is a message to you, and maybe for the first time in a long while, I will be tagging you to this post, and I genuinely wish you see it. Right? As a content creator myself, if there's a content creator in Nigeria that I say I fan or I follow religiously, that I can confidently say I'm a fan of, both the personality and the brand and the style of content of the creator, it will be Lucky Udu's content. From your little beginning, your days of little beginning from Agbo, where you were doing correct English and correct grammar, I had followed you. Used to watch your videos. I think I even bought your book that was correcting grammar at that time. Today, see you tell super magnificent stories all around Nigeria is something that I enjoy watching. And if people that are close to me can be very sincere, I've told them that in the future, when I have the time, the influence, the socio-economic powers, I will tell stories around the world of black people doing amazing things like Lucky Udu does it. Unfortunately, the last couple of weeks or months, it has become necessary that somebody reminds you of who you are because maybe maybe there is a self-seeking validation deficiency that make you want to always get validation from people. And then I've told myself every single time you get into an emotional outburst, crying or trying to explain too many things at too many times, I say Lucky doesn't know who he is. Or maybe sincerely, you need a mentor that would help you go through a process that would heal you and make you know, realize, recognize the person you are and the brand you represent. And then because if I say you need therapy, it can be taken as though it's insulting. But you need a mentor who will take you through therapy because there is a deficiency. And I see that every single time. The recent conversation with Very Dark Man that is in public place about your situation with Nedu again brings that to the fore. And then uh, maybe we should look at it again. Right? While it's okay for you to be emotional, nobody stops you. Why it's okay for you to be to speak out, air your opinion on certain things. I still think that if you know what Lucky Udu brands represent, there are certain things you will not get into. First, why is it that you're always seeking validation every single time? Why? How does Gege's commentary about your brand make you so devastated to the point that you were seeking platforms to expressing your what are you fighting for, Lucky? You don't know who you are. I swear to God. And this is not me trying to be insulting. Lucky, if you recognize the capacity, the influence, the ability, and what you represent in the content creation space, you will bother less about this validation. I've seen sometimes where you have done a few things, and I will never critique you in that light. The times where you were angered, and for a woman you tried to help on the street, I think it was in Abuja, and then people began to drag you to say you used wrong words, you were too emotional. You were crying all over social media, and it's okay. But Lucky, come on, you are lucky. You don't need a lot of these things. I was shocked to even hear that you went on to be begging for a platform because you wanted to express, tell people. Do you need? How does Gege's perspective of your brand breaks you to the point that you are doing? Again, a lot of Very Dark Man's fans would come for me for this. But this your conversation with Very Dark Man on Nidu's, your Nidu's encounter again shows that there's a problem. Lucky, you need to wake up to who you are. You need to rise up to the brand that you've built over the years. I don't know why, I don't know how, but somehow I think that there is a disconnect, there's a distortion somewhere. And then maybe you need to leave the comfort of your staff and friends and get closer to some creators so you know clearly who you represent. And even in those times where you had all that conversation with Burna Boy trying to help, I saw you dancing in Burna Boy's comments and in several places. And then I felt like there's a professional understanding you need to have of what or need to have of who you are. It will help you to avoid certain crises. It will help you to walk away from certain because this particular drama you got into is not needed. And I'm not saying this because I don't want you to associate yourself with that man. But you don't need to get in the middle of crisis like this because you are supposed to be a very special brand that all of us are supposed to go to drink from. When two persons are fighting, you don't need to get into the middle. You don't need to get by the side of someone because you want to. That conversation with very dark man was unnecessary. And I say that I don't care whose us is God. It wasn't necessary. You don't need that. For you to have even reached Nedu at all, for you to get to that level, for you to be worried that Gege said today not blessed, don't just help you. But if, no, Lucky. You tell magnificent stories of Nigerians with special abilities. Whether or not they are present or past champions is none of anybody's business. Everybody have got a specialty. And if you understand that what you are doing is special, you need to keep doing it and deafen your ears to the noise. You listen too much to the noise, Lucky. You listen too much to the noise. And listen to the noise will make you not to realize who you are. A wise man said, when you take your eyes away from the sun, you will see shadows. The reason why you are not why you are seeing so many shadows of your brand is that your eyes are not fixated on the sun. And what is the sun? It's special. So you need to sit before a mentor who will take you through a process and remind you of the brand you have created over the years. Unfortunately, you've put in so much work for this, and that's why I had to go back to your little beginning, days of your little beginning, to remind you that you are not a sudden star. You got here with hard work and grace of God. And the special opportunities and platform God has given to you with your special interest, risking it all. You cannot be jumping into night buses and flying around and putting sacrifices and all of this, and then suddenly a lone voice commentary from somewhere will bother you to that point. And look at you now. You are again getting involved. Every time I see you get here, these things you have done now, they're lucky. If you think it through, if you speak to sane minds, you will know you made a mistake here. Lucky, you are a special being. There is no reason trying to bring a seeking man down. You don't need all that. Very that man, great guy, but you don't need all of that. You didn't need to come and explain what you did. You don't need to push a man that is falling. There is no need for that. You're a special brand. And like I said, during the Burna Boy's case and all of the situation, I wish you are the only content creator that I did not ask anybody for number. I went to your page, saw WhatsApp number on your platform, and I went in and I've sent you several messages. Unfortunately, because of disappearing messages, they are no longer showing. I've sent you several messages appreciating what you do. And if you give me the chance, I want to be a friend of yours because I want to be able to consistently remind you that you have a special ability that all of us, most of us cannot do what you do, but you don't need all of this drama. Stay away. Sometimes take a deep breath. When you are being dragged online, calm down. When you don't need the validation of everybody. Even doing what I do, that is even a bit common. I still see how special my input is. Let alone you that do. You do what you do in this space. Oh, lucky. Again, I think you need a mentor. A mentor will take you through these processes, remind you of what you are, who you are, what you do, how special it is, and it will help you to stay away from unnecessary battles. If validations doesn't bother, you needed to go and express to very dark man that to look at what would that happen? How would that change the course of time? When Burna Boy and Chief Priest were having issues, you were going to farm Burna Boy suddenly. No, you don't need all of that. Even if Burna Boy attacked you to get that guy, and then whatever conversation led, it should have been professional to the core. It was a professional issue that you needed to do. Be professional at all times. Deal with it and move on. Don't get involved. Oh. I have a very special interest in some of these guys because of what they do and how special it is. My days, songs that I used to listen to in my terrible days, it will always have an emotional attachment. But you see, on this space, I do the best I can to be professional. I'm not saying you should be deceptive or manipulative or lie or deceive others, but stand, represent who you are. Lucky Udu, be who you are. Remind yourself every day that you're a special being. You have a special ability. You do special things and you do magnificent things. Keep your eyes to the sun so that you will not see shadows. Keep your eyes to the sun so that you will not see shadows. You don't need all of this validation. You don't need all of this contest. You don't need all of this drama. Be distinctively special. Allow people to appreciate you for what you do. Allow people to appreciate you for who you are. Don't jump. Don't. You are not an entertainer, Lucky. You are not an entertainer. You are not an entertainer. Remind yourself every day. Don't get into the entertainment. It will mess you up, bro. Nothing is worth sacrificing your brand for. Nothing is worth sacrificing your brand for. Nothing is worth sacrificing your brand for. Do not sacrifice your brand on the altar of validation or of friendship or relationship. Don't do it. On the long run, you will be the one to lose in this game. These guys, this is their forte. This is where they stand. This is how they eat. This is where they feed from. You are leaving your space to go and join them because you want to validate something, because you want to express something. You will lose your specialty. You will lose your brand recognition. They will mess you up and drag you down, and then everybody becomes the same. Keep your even with me, you are special than I am. You are special in your way. I'm special. You are special in your way. You don't need anybody to make you feel among. Don't try to build. Enough said anyway. I'll catch you that time, Lucky. Bye for now. Again. Remind yourself of who you are. Stop trying to seek validation from every single person, every single platform. Now I realize, I thought it was even the media guys that reached out to you during those times of your crisis. You were the one reaching out to honor. There's a problem, Lucky, and you need mentorship. I'll catch you another time. Bye for now.